Hello everyone, welcome to twitch.tv/HeroForge, the home for all custom miniature content on twitch.tv, like I said. My name is Anica Seelie, my pronouns are they, she, and I am the creative producer and host for this and every other stream on this here channel. Now folks, today we have an incredibly special 4-part mini-series. This is the inaugural stream, episode number 1, and we are doing this as an IP collaboration with the incredible, brilliant minds behind the popular YouTube series Fool's Gold. Now, before we get into it, if you're unfamiliar with HeroForge, welcome! We are a completely free, in-browser platform where you can go and build your own custom minis from literally thousands of parts, thousands of different features, and there are all sorts of genres. We have fantasy, we have sci-fi, we have modern, we have western, we have everything in between. You can kind of just mix and match them, and then once you do that, you have a bunch of different options. You can just leave it on the website and look at them and be like, what's up? You look awesome. You can use them as prompts to create stories. We have tons of writers that use them to kind of figure out their characters. You can buy them to put in a virtual tabletop. You can buy them as an STL so that you can print them at home on your 3D printer. Or if you're like, I don't want to print them, I just want to get them delivered, already ready to go. We have our acrylic standees, which look incredible. They pack down flat. They're super durable. We have our premium plastic minis that look amazing. You can get them, prime them, paint them, make them look however your heart desires. Or if you're not feeling super artistic, you can get our color printed minis. So these come already printed, fully in the color that you choose on the website. They look absolutely incredible. So go check it out, play around in the site. But before you do that, hang out with us as we play in the incredible world of Fool's Gold into the Bellowing Wilds. Now, let me go into detail about what that is. Fool's Gold is an incredible creation from the brilliant minds of Felix Irnich and DingoDoodles, who make up this world of Fool's Gold. It is a new D&D module that features all of these really cool species and spells and settings and tons of new monsters that are trying so hard to kill you. It is part of a series, but it is also part of a brand new D&D module that they are releasing through Hit Point Press. So you absolutely have to check it out. It is such a fun system, and we're all so lucky to be able to play in it today. And when I say we all, I'd love to tell you about the rest of the cast. We have Felix as our incredible DM. We've got Dingo as one of our players. We have myself as another one. I don't want to spoil our names or the species we're playing or anything, because you're going to meet all of us and our characters in just a minute. We also have the wonderful Gabe Hicks. We've got Jeremy Cobb. We've got QuincyLK. We've just got this banger lineup of wonderful players, and you get to meet them all very soon. You may also be wondering, why are we doing this fun little campaign on the HeroForge channel specifically? And I am so glad you asked, viewer at home. It's because we have done an IP collaboration with Fool's Gold. What does that mean? That means we are releasing a ton of features specifically from the world that Felix and Dingo created. We have new species like beast folk and weavers and Mosnians and Foreclaimers. We have new armor relating to each one of those species. We have a duck with a hat. We have new weapons. We have everything. So you need to head over there. Like I said, head over there, check it out. Look at all the cool new stuff that our art team has created with the Fool's Gold people. It is just incredible. And we wanted to do this series to be able to show those off. Now, before we get into it, I do want to just take a quick aside and let everyone know the content warnings for this episode and the next 3 episodes as well. So what we're going to be dealing with within Fool's Gold, Into the Bellowing Wilds, specifically the name of this campaign, which is Forged Fools, we are going to experience violence, gore, animal death, implied animal sacrifice, and kidnapping. So please make sure you're taking a break, take care of yourselves. We're all kind of having a good goofy time in here, but if there's anything that's not feeling super right, just skip ahead. It's all good. You come first. And last but certainly not least, I want to give a huge shout out to Chris Hislop and the rest of the Roll Together RPG folks who did an incredible job editing this, doing the technical production, making this look like the beautiful stream that you see before you. Thank you so much for making this happen. And let's get into it. I'm super stoked.
Welcome everybody to this little Fool's Gold adventure hosted by Hero Forge. I'm Felix, I'm the DM and the creator of Fool's Gold Into the Bellowing Wilds. You may or may not have heard of me from the DingoDoodles YouTube channel, and I'm joined by a bunch of lovely people that we're going to be playing some awesome D&D with today. So why don't we do a quick round of introductions before I get to murdering all of you? Why don't we start with Quincy?
Oh gosh, hi. Just toss me that hot potato right there. Hi, everybody. My name is Quincy. I do internet stuff. Probably maybe seen me on Quincy's Tavern throughout the social medias, where I like to do recipes based on a fantasy world that I created. And yeah, I like to play D&D and make fun stories, and I'm just happy to be here. Tossing the hot potato to Jeremy.
Yeah. I'm going to achieve Zen by grasping the potato and not bouncing it as it sizzles, and introduce myself very quickly. Hello, my name is Jeremy Cobb. My pronouns are he, him. You may know me from the show Three Black Halflings. Go check that out. Or also, I have a sci-fi movie review podcast called The Quantum Reactor. Go check that out too. Are we saying what our handles are right now? I missed that somehow. Sure. Cool.
Go for it.
Follow me at Jeremy Cobb1 on Twitter and not on Facebook, but on Hive as well. And also Three Black Halflings on Twitter and Instagram at 3 Black Halflings, and the Quantum Reactor on Twitter, Q Reactor Show. All right, now having burned this hot potato into my hands, I'm going to peel it off and roll it over to Gabe.
I don't even like potatoes. That's a lie. I love potatoes. Gabe Hicks, Gabe James Games across all platforms, cosplayer, voice actor, game designer. If you find my stuff, I'm sorry, and if you don't, you're probably better off. I'm just excited to play games and tell weird stories, and I've been practicing the voice for this character for the last 24 hours, and my dog is sick of it. So I'm excited for us to get into that. He looks at me like when I do it now. Yeah, it's great.
In the background, we start hearing some howling, some.
So you might, because he's asleep under my desk, and he doesn't know how to howl unless he's asleep, and it wakes him up. It's a very weird thing.
Oh,
but beautiful. I'll revive the potato and pass it to Dingo.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna not eat it because I know I have to pass it to someone else. So I'll just look at it longingly.
You take a bite.
Yeah, I take a. So, yeah, my name is Dingo. I'm from DingoDoodles, which is a YouTube channel, as I do animated D&D stuff for a campaign that I played back in 2016 to 2018, which eventually morphosized into the Fool's Gold thing that we are essentially playing through, which Felix was the DM for. So, yeah, it's been quite a wild ride, and I'm excited to play with all y'all to experience Felix as the DM, which is like, you're gonna have fun. It's gonna be lots of fun. Don't get attached to your character.
Way to put on the pressure, okay.
But anyway, I'm tossing the potato to the last one we got.
Yeah.
Denise?
To me, no, you're fine. Hello, I take the potato. I take the potato and I eat it. That's the one anime reference I can do. I have one anime reference and it's that one. So for all you anime heads in chat, that's all you get. You're not getting anything else from me. Anyway, my name is Anica. My pronouns are they, she, and I run the content and sponsorship program at Hero Forge. You might recognize me because this is airing on the Hero Forge channel, and I host it, so it's my face yet again. There's all these wonderful, beautiful new people, and then you're like, and she's here too. You can find me all across socials at Anica Seelie. That's ANICASEELIE. So go to my Twitter and scroll through it and be like, this is not good. Because that's what I do too. It's fine. And with that, now that I've eaten the potato, I'm going to regurgitate it like a cartoon cat, you know, that like eats a fish and then pulls the skeleton out, and I will pass it back to Felix.
Oh, thank you. See, I was doing this before you mentioned the regurgitating. Now, okay. Thank you.
I'm just so glad that y'all went with a potato reference and it just kept going. And then, so
It's very fitting. Fool's Gold's all about its potatoes.
It's true.
And I guess I should also mention, if you want to find me, my handles are at Felix Irnich, or if you want to find out more about the D&D dating sim we've recently released in development, you can find about that at Crowd on Games. All right, well, with that, we've introduced our players. Let's get to the characters, and I'm also going to talk briefly about my house rules. And after we do the characters, I'm going to introduce the world. House rules. So my games tend to be a little bit crazy. So most important of all, of course, we have the rule of cool, meaning if you describe something cool enough, I will absolutely let you get away with it. However, my monsters also have that power, so beware. Nat 1s and Nat 20s apply to every roll. Not like, oh, it's not on skill checks or anything. No, it's everything. And if you roll 3 Nat 20s in a row, you can do whatever you want. It's an instant kill or anything similar like that. If it's 3 Nat 1s in a row, it's either an instant death or another severe consequence. I promise it'll be fun. I'm not just gonna kill your character in a very lame way. One other rule is curses don't stack. If you receive a curse, that is the one curse you need to deal with. Until you remove it, you're good. And my spellcasters have all of their spells at all times. There's no prepared spells. You have your entire book at all times. And with that, let's see what characters we have at the table. I guess new potato over to Quincy. A fresh one, I promise.
What's wrong with
Fresh
the old
potato.
No.
It came out of your mouth.
recycling old potatoes.
Technically, I did fully consume it, so it came out of my stomach, but we don't have to split hairs.
Worse.
We'll leave that.
This bag of melted potato. Today I will be playing Weaver Onion of Moirai. I think if I say that name right, Moirai. I'm playing a little Weaver boy, and I read from the document of the Fool's Gold that they can be any type of creature that has become a Weaver, and so he's gonna be a Tabaxi. So he's gonna be a little tabby Tabaxi, 2 foot, heckin' 5 inches and 3/4. That matters. Bright blue eyes and bright orange tabby textured fur. His I guess legs, extra Weaver legs that kind of sprout from his back, are also very bright orange and have like spots of blue around them. And he carries around was essentially a bento box full of all of his stuff, and is kind of like wrapped in this like little bandana and kind of throws it over his shoulder and kind of walks around with it. He's experiencing for the first time the Bellowing Wilds on his own because he is a little runaway. He wants to explore the world. He's got that curiosity of that Tabaxi sense, but mixed with that like just the Weaver, I guess the desire to just honor his patron, his Arachnite Moirai, and wants to learn how to make the best food as well as give the best massages, because from his shrine where he grew up, a lot of Weavers would welcome in travelers and not only provide them a rest stop, but also was like a spa kind of treatment. So he was like, well, I'm gonna go and be really, really good with cooking and kneading out the kinks in people's necks. And so yeah, little onion. He does have an onion around his neck too.
I love him.
Don't know why. That's him. We'll keep the system going. Jeremy.
This time, having learned my lesson, I'm going to scoop up the hot potato with a ladle in my bandaged hands and introduce my character, Tudrig of Opie. He is also a Weaver, but he is a Gladius Weaver, which is the beefy boys of the Weaver, and he is a fairly beefy boy. He was, before undergoing the Weaver ceremony, he was actually a dwarf. He did gain a few inches of height from the ceremony, but he also gained quite a lot of hair that covers his body. The hair is kind of a grayish brown, although he also has on top of that a full, thick dad mustache. which is mostly black hair that seems to have kind of stuck around from his dwarf days. He also does still have some graying dwarf hair at his temples and on top of his head, but he is currently clad in a full chef's outfit, a chef's outfit which has been heavily colored to look camouflaged, and he is accompanied by a short little lizard boy, because he is not just a Gladius Weaver, he is also a Cryodon Ranger, and Cryodons are essentially sapient ice iguanas, and he is here with his sapient ice iguana son, Dibble, whose nickname, of course, is Nibble, because he's a notoriously picky eater. They are out and about, and I'm sure we'll find out why they are here, but Tudrig he's a very noisy fellow, not intentionally. He just has so many cooking utensils clattering against each other that they essentially serve as a suit of armor, but also make it very difficult for him to sneak anywhere. And he's not a smart man. He's a wise man. He is not a smart man. Frankly, Nibble is the brains here. But Tudrig is able to provide his fatherly wisdom, and they are tramping their way through the wilds. And now I'm going to pass the potato and the ladle over to Gabe.
I'm going to druid craft it away so I don't have to touch it. But I am playing the beast folk, specifically like a fox-like character, about 4 foot tall, Kagu Atfi, the druid Circle of Swiftness. And you'll see this fox-like figure that has sort of like browns and blacks going across the patterns of their fur, and the fur grows a little bit longer in places. In those spots, he started to like knot it and twist it. He carries a staff, and with this staff, you see him almost like dancing and calling something, and you see the larger companion of them walk out. This almost strange combination between a wolf and a panther that seems to then pick Kagu up as they roll and lay on their back, sniffing something into the air, getting ready for an excited hunt. And Kagu just starts cackling, almost hyena-like, as they just burst into the woods. And because I crave chaos, I'm actually going to pass the potato to Anica.
Oh, geez. Okay, I will take the potato, and because I have pattern recognition, I'm gonna make eye contact with everyone, start taking it towards my mouth, vibe check, and then just like put it down gently and do a wink. I learned.
No. Yeah.
I learned. My character that I'm playing today is a Mosnian protection fighter named Nice, spelled Gneiss. We just so many rock puns going on today. I'm gonna warn you now. He's this huge, just this massive Mosnian, about 7.5 feet tall, several thousand pounds in weight. His particular type of Mosnian that he is a quartz type, and as a little flavor, I made him a smoky quartz, so he's this really beautiful sort of clear in some spots, kind of whitish in some spots, and then this sort of smoky, brownish black in other places. He has one brown eye and one white eye, just because of like how the stone is patterned behind his eyes. In terms of what he actually looks like, I've sort of been conceptualizing him as sort of like a PlayStation 1 era Dave Bautista, like a very low poly buff boy, because he's covered in these giant spikes and he's made out of stone, so just a real square dude with a great attitude. Really huge. Exactly. He's just this huge guy, doesn't wear any armor. Mosnians aren't super into that metal armor, so what he's wearing instead is this beautiful cream and baby blue. It's kind of wrapped around him like a sari with kind of like gold honor cords sort of here and there, looking absolutely gorgeous. Strung across his back is a massive shield, just like this giant basalt slab. It's polished, but it's not really shaped like a shield, just like a slab of rock. And then just one of his arms has been sort of veined with gold, sort of kintsugi style, speaking to the fact that he had something bad happen and he had to undergo some strategic shattering by choice, and he was gifted the ability to get his arm back without having to regrow it. And much like Gabe, I have been practicing this character's voice for a while, watching a beloved movie that y'all will probably recognize once you hear him. And with that, I will carefully take this potato, and I will, oh boy, I'll give it to Dingo. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you for not licking it and consuming it and covering it in your stomach
trying
acid. I'm like, no. We're not doing this today again. All right, so I am playing a four-claimer named Callow and last named Mari. And he is a splicer warlock, which is essentially like almost like a Frankenstein's monster warlock. So he splices creatures and things onto him, and he kind of transforms with those creatures. So he has about like 3 augmentations he's done to himself, as he has gained shark hound ears, which are kind of more like a greeny blue kind of color that goes like straight up. They almost look like rabbit ears, but they have like the texture of like a shark, you know, like that rubbery kind of texture. And then he also has shark hound eyes, but proportional to his face, as shark hounds are massive, and that would be freaking wild. So yeah, it's more of like a yellow with black slits in it to have the good sight. He also is spliced with thistle wolf, which is like a wolf that's got covered in like, well, thistles and leaves and some flowers and stuff like that. So he also has that on like the back of his neck, and like he has some leaves coming out from the back. He's kind of like a know-it-all because he looks good. He hears good. He's all about knowledge and information, and he kind of came into the Bellowing Wilds accidentally through some bad magic, and kind of popped in and got stuck there, and he's like, well, I guess I'm just going to go around and cut some creatures up and see what happens, as four-claimers do. So, yeah, he's essentially just a very curious soul, and he is severely neutral, but he is very fascinated by everyone at all times. So I'm excited to play him.
Foreshadowing. All right. Well, with that, we have our cast of our wonderful characters. Yeah.
I was just excited. I was looking at everyone being like, ooh, we got a good lineup today.
We do. I'm actually very excited for this. And with that, I'll briefly introduce the world of Fool's Gold to those who aren't familiar with it at all. So it is Fool's Gold is an adventure that takes place in a world called Ambria, but specifically in a region known as the Bellowing Wilds, which is the world's deadliest jungle, and it earns that reputation on the daily. And that jungle contains all sorts of mysteries, ancient ruins, lost civilizations, of course, plenty of deadly monsters, and also some really quirky people and villages, which you will definitely get a chance to meet and interact with. What else do we have? We've got, well, none of you guys are the religious types. We don't have to worry too much about the pantheon of gods. Yeah, I think that we can pretty much get right into it. So, you all have been having some of your individual adventures, but sooner or later, coin was maybe running a little bit dry and you were looking for some work and signed up for a little bit of mercenary work. Just some work for hire adventurers needing to eat, what kind of work you got, and you guys signed up for a contract with the Gnome Bros. They are a company operating in the jungle, hiring desperate, hopefully strong adventurers such as yourselves, and assigning only the worthiest of tasks to them. You all have been traveling in an airship, in a blimp specifically, for about a day, and your target is soon approaching your landing spot. Now, you guys have maybe interacted a little bit, but you haven't worked together before, so as you find yourself in this airship, which is actually pretty well maintained. Like there's a lot of like brass, metal decorations, and nice plush seats. It looks almost a little bit overkill for adventurers, not very utilitarian. So I guess it's surprisingly nice. And I guess someone knocks on the door, and you hear a little voice go, 5 minutes, you better all be ready. And take it away if you want to introduce yourselves at all in character.
I think Tudrig is going to look down at Nibble and say, "Now you heard the man. Make sure you go ahead and put on your shoes there, and don't forget your hat." And turn to everybody else and say, "It's his first adventure, so you gotta make sure they're all ready to go." Sorry, I don't know if I properly introduced myself. Hello, my name is Tudrig of Opie. And this is his name's Dibble, but we call him Nibble, because he's a real picky fella. I tell you what, I've been cooking for 20 years, a professional chef, and I have never found somebody quite as picky as this little boy right here. So he's my son. Sorry. Say hello, Nibble. And I guess Nibble looks up and just waves with one sticky hand. And I say, "Sorry, I'm monopolizing the conversation here. What are your names?"
Oh, hey. Oh, geez. So I feel like maybe we should have sort of synced ahead of time about which accents we were going to be doing. Got a bit of a... Seems like we're from towns that are real close to each other there, eh?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Do you know Dave? Do you know Dave?
I know Dave. Oh, I love Dave. We go way back. I love Dave. Well, that's just crazy. You must have grown up close to Granite, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
Small world, getting smaller every day there, eh?
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been hearing. It's pretty wild. Yeah, Dave still owes me money, but it's okay. It's been like 20 years.
Dave owes everyone money. Like, listen, if we had that money here, we wouldn't be merkin for hire. That's what I'm saying for sure there, eh?
Exactly. Dave's the reason we're here.
Dave can go to hell right there, huh?
He really can. He really can. Don't repeat that, son.
Go to hell.
Nice is just going to kind of do that thing when you meet a new dog where you're just like, hello, oh, hey, can I pet him there, eh? Is that okay?
Oh, don't be petting him, He's a full person. Go ahead and you can shake his hand, though. We've gotten that far, so yeah. Go ahead
I'm
and shake.
so sorry. Oh, geez, I'm so sorry about that. Granite's not a super small town, and everyone near there is either a rock or a plant, so, I'm kind of just getting out in the real world and meeting who's who and what's what. So, hi there, bud. Hey. And I extend my hand to shake.
He shakes one finger. He just grabs. He's a tiny little dude, and he shakes one finger.
A baby.
Yeah, and his tiny little icy clawed hand. He's all blue, by the way. He's all blue, has icy spines on his back. He looks like he could be even made of ice. And he just looks at you with big eyes and just shakes your hand. And he says something.
Does he freeze my stone or anything when he touches it, or not?
There's
quite?
Ever so slightly.
Yeah, there's frost. And he says something that sounds like ice tinkling. But it's not at all translatable. And I'm like, oh, he said hello. Sorry, he hasn't quite learned common yet. He understands it. He just can't quite speak it.
Hey there, bud. I'm real sorry. Just want to go back, put a pin in that real quickly. Throw a flag on the field, if you will. Real sorry that I didn't talk to you like you were a sentient being. That's not very cool on my part. I'll do better in the future. Nice to meet you there, though, bud.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
Nice. On your kind of maybe backside, maybe by your thigh, you kind of feel like a little bit of a tap, kind of a couple legs going on you. And when you look down, you'll see a little onion kind of staring up at you. And how tall is Nice?
About 7.5 feet.
You are triple the size of this little weaver tabaxi, and Onion's just gonna look up at you, and he has his little bento box opened up, and you can see little rice cakes in there. And he's like, "You want one?"
I'd love one. So, just real quick, Mosians either don't need to eat or can't eat. I'm not sure, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one up. Thank you so much there, bud. And I'm gonna do a Cookie Monster thing where I chew it, but nothing actually like It's just
And it kind of like falls down into like Onion's face. He blinks it away.
Sorry, I'm
all
so
that
sorry.
rice.
I'm a real messy eater
like,
there. I'm so sorry.
Wow. What's your name?
I'm nice, and what's your name? Nice like The Rock, you know. Truth in advertising, though, I always like to say that. What's
How do
your
you
name, bud?
like Nice?
Sort of. No, you're real. You know what? If that's what works for you, that works for you. The way I do it is GNEISS, but you know, live your truth, bud.
That's interesting. I had a friend named Tony, but he spelled it PTOUGHNEIGH.
Well, that is just a real creative kid there, then. I
Yeah.
love that.
His parents were weird. I'm Onion.
Hey there, Onion. Thank you so much for the snack. And you know, my bud over here, you want to introduce yourself to this little guy right here?
Go
Or
ahead.
do you two know each other? Onion, do you know Dave too? We'll get into that later. Go ahead.
I urge.
He
Yeah,
said
I
he was
urge.
supposed to go to hell.
I urge. Oh, you know Dave? Yes. I've never liked Dave. I look up. I've been gathering all the crumbs. It could make a real nice crumble later. But I nudge Nibble over and say, "Go ahead and introduce yourself. We got ourselves a fellow weaver here. A fellow weaver aboard."
So how tall is Nibble? Nibble's probably the size of
Yeah,
Onion,
he's right
like
around
2
your
foot,
height,
like-
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so Onion's a little trepidatious, but then kind of like offers the bento box of like the rice cakes and everything to see if Nibble will take it.
Nibble is about to reach for it, and I say, "Make sure you only take one now, okay? The dentist was saying you were having some problems with the teeth, and you know, there may still be the baby teeth, but still, we don't want to set a bad precedent. Gotta build a firm foundation." Point my finger around at everybody, looking for like agreement. Like, and he takes one of the. Are they rice cakes?
The rice cakes, they are very undercooked, so like the rice did not cook properly, so it's still stale. It is under seasoned, and the what Onion thought was like something to wrap it in, like seaweed, is probably poison ivy, but he's not quite sure. But he's very proud of them. He's very, very proud of them.
I'll take
And if you
one
look,
as well.
you see kind of Onion's mouth is like very itchy, like it's like it's been scratching his face a little bit.
I'll take one as well and take a bite and go, wow, you made some creative choices there, friend.
You said you was a professional chef, so I want to be a good chef too. I want to learn how to make food and make people happy and not die like the last time. But yeah.
I take, at hearing that, I just take Nibbles right out and say, "Oh, wow, that's really impressive." You know, well, the first step to being a good chef, I think, is a fearlessness to experiment. And these definitely taste experimental. So,
Yeah.
well,
Nice is going to, because I did not eat any, but I want you to think I did. I'm just going to be like, it was great, bud. Like 10 out of 10. Keep doing exactly what you did. Don't change anything. Don't change a single thing about this recipe. Really, it was super good. No problems here.
And it turns to Kagu with the bento box. You want one?
That's poison.
Huh?
Where's it? That's a bad plant. Why is that? Where did you get that?
Leaves of 3, eat them always. That's what I've been told. And
They
that's
lied. They lied like hell. That's a bad. Don't eat that. That kills people.
I'd say it's sort of an eye of the beholder situation, you know, like I didn't.
Where's your tongue?
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Do you have a tongue?
No, well, I haven't carved one for myself yet. I could put one in there real quick. But,
That's not how that works.
Yep.
That's a.
And then he looks at Tudrig.
Mm-hmm.
Are you made of flesh?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. We watch that. We wait. Kagu is name me? How are you alive?
Me?
Wait, did you eat? Onion, did you eat your plants?
Yeah, but I feel like I have an allergic reaction. I think I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. Like I tried doing stuff with like chicken, and I tried to do something where You know how like some people like their meat to be like pink in the middle? I was like, well, let's do that with chicken too. And it didn't do so well. So I think I'm allergic to chicken. So because it was still pink in the middle. But I don't think I did it right. But and then I think I'm allergic to nuts.
You just gotta try it again. I think you're doing great. You just
You
gotta. If
think?
first you don't succeed, try again.
You think? Oh, that's what my grandma said, and she did it with like a really really spicy chili, and it gave
Like
her a heart
fried?
attack.
No. Yep. Wait, heart attack.
Yeah.
From the spicy.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is quite a conversation. I say this as I put my arms around everybody and just cast protection from poison. Just like surreptitiously, it's a big day, right?
Oh, look, person who hasn't spoken about poison yet.
I'm just gonna like gesture towards Dingo's character because Kagu is concerned. They're wondering like, how did I get here? They're eating poison happily, scared.
I think Callow, so he's looking, because he's just observing all this stuff and he's very fascinated by it. And he kind of like raises his hand and he says, you, and he points to Tudwig, sorry. Tudwig, and says, how are you that thing's biological father?
Oh, aha, yes. You see, it's funny you mentioned that. I'm not. We weavers aren't actually, once you undergo the ceremony there, you can't really reproduce. So, actually, little Nibble here is my adopted son. He was my wife found him on an expedition, found his egg, so brought him back and he hatched and we were like, well, we always wanted a little child of our own and, here he is. So thank the arachnites above. They done blessed us with a little chillin'.
Did your wife just steal a baby?
Oh, no, the egg was abandoned. She didn't take the egg from nobody. If she hadn't taken him in, there's a good chance he may never have hatched.
Kagu is skeptical.
I might be in Kagu's camp here a little bit.
Callow like pulls out his book and he starts writing things down and he just says, well, that's disappointing. Never mind.
Now just hold it on there right now. I'm telling you the truth here. I understand it can sometimes be suspicious for a fella to show up with a child that looks nothing like him, but I'm telling you, my wife, she goes on the expeditions, you see. She's well known for it among the people, and among the arachnites, that is, and she was going out, and she found him and brought him back, and we've been raised him ever since, and you're happy with us, right, Nibble?
Kagu has a question.
Yeah.
How many eggs has your wife brought back?
Oh, just the one. Yeah,
Okay, Nice takes out a large piece of paper and writes down stealing babies, and then writes yes and no, and looks at it for a second and circles yes, and then
Hey.
puts it down.
If
It
you fail
depends.
once,
It depends.
right?
With that, the door swings open, and
Thank God.
one of the gnome bros stands in front of you with like, I don't know if I've described this dude's appearance yet. He's definitely looking a bit like an engineer, has also kind of stapled a tie onto his outfit, which is kind of singed a little bit, but he's very official businessman. He gives a very questioning look to Nice's note about stealing babies, but shrugs like he's seen this before. This is not his first time. And he says, all right, we're just about ready. Are you all done? You're acquainted? Are you ready to get into action and start this assignment?
Yeah,
what we
hey,
doing
you
again?
betcha.
Man.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful, stupendous. Follow me, please follow me. I will lead you to the launch area. And-
Felix, can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
How would we all respond to seeing a foreclaimer?
It's like a super rare event.
Super
you may
rare,
have
okay.
seen one at tops, aside from Callow. So it's rare.
All right, cool.
So I bet
That's what
some
I
people
thought. I
wouldn't
just wanted
even
to make-
know. I bet some people would be
people
like,
wouldn't even know.
That guy just looks weird. Like he just
Which I just realized.
There's a maze on your skin.
Tattoos.
You,
Starting to
Yeah,
solve it with a
okay.
marker.
it is circuitry.
where does it go?
It is to amplify my abilities.
And I should
you
actually
like that?
mention,
Like math? Are you good at math? I was never good at math. Could never quite figure
Yes,
that
I'm
out.
fantastic at math.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. You'll be the brains of this outfit then, eh?
Yeah.
Clearly.
You know, by the way, if they do end up paying us here, I'd love to pay you to tutor the boy here. I'm useless at math myself.
If I have full range, then absolutely.
Excellent. I don't know what that means, but I hope it happens.
Can I do like an investigation or insight to find out if Nipple's in danger?
Sure. Go for it. Go roll an insight.
For history.
Can I just roll a vibe check? Rolling insight?
Insight or history?
I got a 19 insight.
No, he's not fine. He's gonna be in trouble.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll just sort of kind of do a stretch and just sort of like push him away a little bit. Just okay, back here.
When your arm goes down like that, it kind of comes back up and you find another rice cake in your hand.
Oh yeah, best
Ooh.
recipe I've had of these yet. And then I do the same sort of like.
From the gnome, you just hear like a, just another batch of weirdos. Okay. Anyways, let's go. We have stuff to do.
Okay.
What were we supposed to do again? I
Eh.
forgot.
Let's go.
I can explain to you the assignment again. And he leads you to like a different part of this airship, and kind of stands you in a room which has a bunch of controls around it. There's also a few doors to leave. But I will mention that at this point, the thing is still running. You're still flying right now. And he says, all right, so here's your assignment in case you forgot. Don't worry, it happens. You're going to go to the village of Brushwick, and we are nearly there now. And there you're going to talk to the leader of that village and do whatever they need you to do. They will probably give you payment directly, and once they tell us the job is done, we're going to come pick you up. Cool?
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah?
Cool.
I mean, you can't really back out anymore. You signed the contract, so we're kind of going to, do this one way or another. All right.
Ominous.
Yes, tiny one.
Yeah. When will you come back and pick us up?
When the village leader tells us to.
Okay.
If you don't fulfill the mission, we're not going to come pick up corpses. So, either she says, you did great, or we're not going to show up.
That is fair.
Why
We're
would they
gonna
be
go
corpses?
see Dave in hell.
Well, this
High
is
chance of death.
the
Yeah.
Bellowing Wilds, world's most dangerous jungle. Yeah, it's kind of
Oh.
like, yeah. That's kind of what you signed up for.
But a lot of learning opportunities, isn't that right? And I sort of nudge Nibble.
A lot of opportunities, but you better get them all right. So, with that, please stand right over there. And he just points you guys to like an area by the wall with a few like gears and levers and connections. Like this is definitely like gnomes are like the engineers of this world. This is like complete steampunk interior. Do you guys stand there? Is any resistances? I do want to ask. Okay, perfect. You stand there, and he says, "Okay, we should be just about there. Do you have any last-minute questions?
Why?
Why? What?
Why is this place like this? Calgary doesn't like this. Calgary just needed money.
Yeah, I mean it's good money.
Okay,
Usually you
never
get
mind.
paid in 4 to 5 digits worth of gold, if not
What?
bonuses and stuff.
No
so-
more questions.
Wonderful. Well, what was that?
I will take 1 copper and give it to Kaku. Like, here you go, bud. You seem worried about it, so I just, a
Yeah.
little bit at the top, a little bit at the end. Am I right? That sounded weird. Never mind. Let's move on.
Just before we leave, Callow does turn to the gnome and says, "How did you create this craft we are on?" And he just pulls out a book with a pencil.
Secret. We don't have to talk about that. That's gnome craftsmanship. You don't need to know.
Well, I do. That's why I asked it.
No. That wasn't part of the contract. Anyways, if there's no other questions, we are about 10,000 feet above the village now. So with that, good luck. The Gnome Bros. It's a pleasure doing business. He pulls a lever, and you guys drop from the floor.
Okay.
And then you hear...
I'll pull up the old character sheet.
Very soon after that, you hear a second voice screaming, also like a second gnome. It's like, you forgot the character sheet! Not the character sheets. You forgot the parachutes! and then
It's moving now, y'all.
And then you see a bundle of 4 parachutes being thrown down behind you.
4?
Only 4? Can I grab Nibble and just launch him toward the parachutes? And just
Absolutely.
scream, "Dead reflexes!" And throw him at the parachutes.
Absolutely. Give me, what's it going to be? An athletics.
Okay, let's see here. What do I get? I feel like I should get a decent plus to athletics. Yeah, +4. Okay, that's a 10 in total.
A 10? Okay, it's
Oh wait,
underwhelming.
I rolled that on a D. Oh no, I rolled it on a D20. I thought I rolled it on a D12. Sadly, it was just
Okay.
a 10.
Dang.
Well, it's still okay. So your boy is gonna go fly over to the parachute bundle, but he only gets like one of them and kind of bounces off back towards you.
But
you've got a
he
parachute.
has the parachute though.
He has one parachute.
Okay, I'm going to break flight regulations and fasten the parachute to him and make sure he's secured first.
That's what you're supposed to do. You help your. No, wait, no, you're not.
You're supposed to do your own first. I'm making sure he's okay.
All flight attendants in the audience just cringed. With that, I mean, I'm just gonna go around the circle. So, Nice, sorry, what are you doing?
Would I have any way of knowing if I am in any danger at all? I feel like as a giant rock guy, I'd be like, oh, it's okay. Or
You just standing just straight down.
So about
do
learning lessons and
Mosnians
only
have
having
non-fatal
one
terminal
chance.
velocity?
You know what? You don't know. I don't know if the proud people of the Mosnians have done experiments dropping their brethren from 10,000 feet in the air. If anything, they're more grounded folk. So, you know, a lesson could be learned today. Whether you like the answer, we don't know.
It is in my nature. So also just for the flavor and for the knowledge, I do have the cursed soul background with the font of misfortune specifically. So if anyone's not getting a parachute, it's gonna be me. But I guess what I'm gonna do, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to take anything from anyone, so I'm just gonna take my shield off of my back and, like, surf it, and hope that the wider surface area and the +2 AC help me once we hit the ground.
I appreciate that logic. Not like Mary Poppins umbrella style, anything. No, we're gonna surf on the shield. I
Just
love it.
Silver Surfer style,
Yeah.
you know? That's my plan.
What the hell am I gonna make you roll for that? I guess like acrobatics or performance?
Oh boy, what if we did acrobatics? That's a 20, not nat.
Oh, okay, sure. So you actually somehow get this thing under your feet and manage to kind of stabilize your fall to the point where you can actually, like, I'm gonna give you 30 feet of like air movement speed now. In addition to like your regular movement speed while you're falling.
Like you can
Okay.
move around.
Like you can move in the air, full control.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, where am I compared to everyone else?
You guys are all kind of in the same level. You're falling down.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
hold any movement for now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And we can say for now, like while you have control, you are still like descending with the group.
Cool. Okay.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go to Onion.
Onion is freaking the heck out. So this little baby boy is just and it will look at the biggest thing it can see, which is nice. And I want to, like, if Onion's too far away to grab physically, to use like his webbing, and like instinctually ink essentially, and kind of to the back of the Mosnian and pull himself to it, and then like grab on the back of Nice's like entire face, head, neck, or whatever, and just like death grip on the back of this creature.
All right,
Go for it.
perfect. Let me see here. I mean, death grip is pretty much a grapple. So
Yeah.
athletics.
I don't need to roll like an opposed, right? Like I'm down with this.
If you want to, sorry, I should say you can oppose and be
No.
like, no, you die.
No, yeah, just sort of like flick. No. Come on over here, bud.
I shouldn't make assumptions.
That's fair.
Acrobatics
I
or athletics?
think it's athletics for grapple.
athletics. All right, straight 7.
Okay, you don't have a very good
Help
grip.
action? Can I like?
Sure, yes, you
I don't know
can.
if I can
You
help
may.
action on. Yeah, come over here, bud.
And it's just like awkward scrambling, just trying to get up there.
You're
And
just
it's
like one hook, like, okay, bud, all right.
It is a little awkward, but with the help, you now are together and grappled, like in your favor. And with that, Kagu Atvi, what are you doing?
Kagu looks strangely unperturbed. Kind of just like legs crossed and just falling through the sky. And they like their mount is probably next to them. And they just
Miser, do you think? Nah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
and he kind of just like air swims his way to his mount and then just holds onto its back and is just gonna ride it down.
Okay.
When we're like 100 feet above the ground, then I'll do something. But otherwise, he's chilling.
Okay, sure. Now, how does you know your mount better than I do? How are they feeling about this?
There's a good chance that Kagu has dropped them out of the sky before. So
I love that.
there's definitely they're like, it's like the dog that hates getting washed. They know it's gonna happen, but they're not happy about it. It's like, why do you keep doing this?
Yeah.
You better feed me like extra potatoes later. Like that's kind of like the vibe at that moment.
Yeah, you're getting all the judgy looks.
100%.
Okay.
So, well, don't die. It's a cough. It's not a laugh. It's a cough.
All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna say that you're now halfway down
Hell yeah.
to the ground.
Yeah.
And for simplicity, I'm gonna give you one more round. to do
Callow still
something.
needs to do something.
Oh, sorry, Callow, you go ahead.
Callow's there. And he also is unperturbed. He's probably had a moment of like, but then he's like, oh, wait, we got time. So he actually is going to cast Mage Hand. And it's just going to grab one of the parachutes. And he's actually going to be distributing them.
To who? There's 3.
Yeah, there's 3 left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one, he's gonna. I think the thing is that logically, I'm just trying to think how 4-claimers think. So his thing is like at the end of the day, he needs this whole biz to be in his favor. So of course he'll think of himself, but he also needs to think about who would be beneficial on this mission. And he looks at the big rock. As probably the most beneficial creature out of all of us. So if I'm going to do a move action and then an interaction with an object, can I move to go get my own parachute while also doing a mage hand to push it towards the rock?
Yep. Absolutely,
Okay, so
you can.
I'm just like, here you go. Just like, he's like, you better catch it.
Now, for the mage hand, I'll give it to you because you can just do that. But to actually move yourself towards the parachutes,
Yeah.
that's going to take something like an acrobatics.
Okay, I can do that. Ooh, I rolled 18.
Okay, you do it successfully. You air swim yourself over there. Maybe you've also jumped out of the sky before because you look like you have experience.
I think it's one of those things where he's just kind of like he's not very reactionary emotionally, so he's more like he's just taking in the situation of, okay, this is what I have to do, this is where I go, this is how I do it. So he's just like, okay, in tight, go, grab, push, done. So
Perfect.
yeah.
All right, so like I said earlier, you guys are halfway to the ground. After this round, it's going to be squish. So we're going to take it from the top with Tudrig.
Tudrig is going to, now that his first movement is going to be to finish securing the parachute to Nibble. And then he's gonna look at him and say, "Now, when your old man was a younger fella, back home, actually, back when I knew Dave, there was some marble deposits nearby the city, and we used to like to slide down them. So we don't have any marble here, but we got the next best thing. Check out your old man do some stone surfing." And I'm gonna pull the parachute, so it, and then I'm going to use cold cover. which is a 7th level Triadon Ranger ability. You can summon blocks of magical ice to provide cover for yourself and your allies. So as a bonus action, I can create 5-foot high, 1-foot thick, and 10-foot long barriers of magical ice in an unoccupied space I can see within 30 feet of me. That does not say anything about having to touch the ground here.
It doesn't.
So I'm going to as a bonus action, create. Once I start getting closer to the ground, create essentially an ice slide. And I would like to create it in such a way so that the end of it sort of crushes on the ground and just has a pile of crushed ice / snow, so I could just slide down into a pile of snow as I land.
It's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Rule of cool, you do that.
All right.
That is awesome.
I just yell, "Hang 10!" at Nibble as I like slide into the
Nibble
snow.
is so embarrassed right now. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
can you not?
He's even though he's blue, he's turning kind of pink in his cheeks.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. With that, we're over to Nice.
Can I move, since I have 30 feet of, I guess, horizontal movement? Can I move over to the same sort of like ice and try to surf down it as well? Is it still there? I don't know the physics of.
Well, it would be falling at the same rate as you guys. You're not as experienced with sliding on ice, so you're gonna have to roll for it.
But I do have my shield as a snowboard, so I feel like.
That is very true. You know what? Roll an acrobatics with advantage.
Yeah, and
That
Nice is
sigh from
Nice
your
is
rule of
canonically
cool
from
hit me.
next door to me in terms of town locations. So it's entirely possible that Nice has also spent a lot of time sliding on
Lodge
marble.
there.
I rolled 16.
Okay, yeah. You know what? It's a little more wonky and not quite as cool as Tudwig, but still impressive for like a half-ton creature to just be silver surfing down an ice slide in, at terminal velocity. So
Yeah, and I got Onion. Just hang on real tight there, bud. You know.
we're gonna deal with the issue of a half-ton projectile moving towards Tudwig in just a moment.
Completely unaware initially, just like, "Hey, I did it, son!"
Sorry,
Screaming
hey,
towards
let
me.
me just squeeze past you there, bud. Sorry, let me just sorry.
Oh,
squeeze
fiddlesticks! This could be bad.
Onion, so you're currently riding on Nice. Are you doing anything
Yes.
else, or are you enjoying this ride?
Still freaking out, and a little bit easier that is on something solid-ish as we're skirting down. But I would like to use the Weaver the Monk reaction, where I can kind of like slow fall.
Yeah.
And Weaver flavor it, that he kind of squirts out more webbing, and it kind of does that parachute a little bit, like in a Formula One car, where it's trying to slow down a little bit. It's not effective like when he's grabbing onto this half-ton, this Mosnian, but he's gonna try and try to slow fall a little bit to reduce some of the damage as a reaction, and then bonus or a main action. Can I try? I want to try to see if this would work. As like Onion's grabbing all over just like your back of Nice's neck kind of thing, you start to feel like some really good pain in there, because like he's gripping like really, really tight, and it kind of gets into, oddly enough, not sure how you would do it for a Mosnian who probably can't feel, but like realigns maybe some plates or something, and you kind of just feel, using a key point to use this monk, this fool's gold monk tradition way of the healing hands to use the good pain. I want to give you the benefit of, let's see, what is this? What can I do? I can give you, I think, what is it? Focus massage. So you gain advantage on wisdom or perception. No, fortifying massage. You gain advantage on strength and constitution checks.
Excellent.
Perfect.
You
Nice. You
gotta-
just feel him really take out those stress fractures in some of your stones and rocks
Oh yeah,
that you
that's
have.
good there. Oh, right in the. Oh,
But he's
right in
still
the
screaming
trap.
in your ear. You don't know what he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just screaming. And
It's the most stressful chiropractor appointment ever.
Yeah, you just do the like. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the stuff.
Okay, Kagoatbi.
Felix gave us 4 parachutes, and 3 of you didn't use them.
We're
And
very.
parachutes hold a lot of weight. Why didn't you just put it on yourself and then hold on to your child?
It's more important for him You know, I just wanted to
Learning
make sure you were
experience.
okay.
This
I'm
was
just
my
like
thought.
watching everyone ride down the slides, and I'm like, cool, I'll just use Earthbind because it makes someone descend at a safe speed until the spell ends, and everyone else can have a parachute. And it was like, nah, screw the parachutes. You know what? I'm gonna use the parachute. I don't know what you want me to roll to get it, but Kaga was definitely like, that's too much. That's too much. You know,
Basic
I'm going to.
acrobatics roll or yeah.
Heck yeah. No, you got it. I'll do acrobatics, but I'm also going to use a thorn whip to like try to like pull it towards me at the same time.
Sure.
So there's a little bit of flavor into it. That is a 19.
Oh, totally. Like it looks really cool too. The thorn whip just perfectly reaches out there and just brings it back. And actually, you whip it back in just the right angle, and it whips around your rip that it's already equipped.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
But, I know you don't like hugs, but just tolerate it. I'm going to like do a big hug on the pet, and there's just a...
All right.
And then I'm just going to activate my parachute and just kind of like watch everyone go down the slide. Like,
So excellent.
I'm going to look
Someone-
at Callow.
Why?
And what does Callow do?
Kylo's just gonna. I mean, he puts on the parachute and he looks at, and just like pulls it. we just said,
I'm just slowly descending. Just like, oh, this is going to be like that, won't it?
well, that just
I love
means you
how-
can be in the back and watch as they do this whole thing.
They're canaries.
This is like one of those player personality tests. We see very clearly what I've got at my table right now. All right,
Ace and
so
Tudrig are gonna die just like, oh no, you go ahead. No, you go right ahead there. Okay, and then we're both just gonna get crushed to death.
yeah, so
Taking
let's
down notes.
let's talk about this because now is time to land. Meaning, we've got Tudrig. You know, he's got that nice pile of snow, and it's actually gonna catch the fall. No worries there. However, how are you guys gonna resolve that?
I have a bit of an idea here, which is that Nibble, who is still watching the scene, Nibble can use his one of his key abilities here. Wait, let me zoom in and read this. Ice Shield. He can fully encase itself or another creature of my choice that he can see within a block of within a ball of ice. So I think seeing that after his dad's throwback move, he's about to potentially be crushed to death by a half-ton rock man is going to encase me in a ball of ice. Just, and I gain temp HP equal to 2d8 plus 7. So I'll just roll the d8s real quick to find out exactly how many that is. And they both fell off the table.
Well, actually, you know what we're gonna say for this is you make that nice ice sphere, and you land in your snowball, your snow cone, basically. And Nice just smashes into you, or tries to even surf over you, but it crushes the ice around you. Maybe rings your bell a little bit, but it just cancels out the temp HP, and you're fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're a little bit shook, but otherwise you're good. Yeah, and with that, so exploding through the dense tree canopy, because you actually couldn't see the ground, you just saw the trees. First we have Tudrig coming with the ice slide, landing in the snow pile, followed very swiftly by Nice and Onion. And then, you know, at their leisure, we've got Kago Outvi and Caleb. Or Caleb coming down.
What if there's like poison down there?
Probably.
say
Some
what
of
is
us
it,
have protection from poison, don't we?
Or like
Yeah.
snakes?
This entire
it's true.
jungle is poisonous.
Yeah.
You think something heard them land?
Absolutely.
Oh, hell. Okay.
Yeah, and as y'all land, and somehow you made it through the treetops with your parachutes,
Hell yeah.
you ask yourself that, and something did in fact hear you land.
Yeah, okay, that checks out.
And that thing was a new friend. Let's go.
It might be a friend. But yeah, you all make it down safely, one way or another. I love all the style points. And you kind of check each other, everybody's okay. But then you feel a thud, more like a stomp that kind of shakes the ground around you and shakes all the trees, followed by a voice.
Same four-claimer detected. Present yourself.
And what said that was a was it a gargantuan creature? Let me just double check that.
Or don't.
Well, you're figuring it out. Can I take my shield and move closer to Kahlo?
I'll say you guys are pretty close to one another right
Okay,
now.
I am going to equip my shield though. Okay.
Yeah, and in front of you is standing an ancient moss and vine overgrown four-claimer mech, roughly the size and proportions of a T-Rex, however completely made of metal, with similar four-claimer lines to Kahlo. However, these glow purple, and it has a bunch of weapons attached all over its body, and they are all pointed very specifically at Kahlo, and it is just giving you like full attention. It is just staring at you, waiting for your next move.
This one has definitely seen better days. I have to think about what I need to say here, as I haven't done this for a bit.
That's not. That's you have long ears
Yeah, I got like.
and Alfred tattoos.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, no, I am a four-claimer.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shit.
We should have.
Approach so I may expedite your death.
That's not gonna be okay there.
That was a couple of words that I didn't love hearing together, all strung into a sentence here, bud.
Do you know Dave too?
Yeah, you're giving Big Dave energy right now. I'm just gonna say that.
It's like Dave
Disengage.
2.0 over here.
System override. Password 12345.
You want a rice cake?
Anything
just like-
work?
It just like tilts its head briefly, and then charges at you. Roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Okay.
It would have
can-
worked. It would have worked back home, but I guess not here. Okay, got it.
Felix, do I have my shield equipped? I mentioned it
Yes,
earlier.
yes.
Before we,
Yes,
okay,
you
I
do.
just wanted to make sure.
No, you
Okay.
got, like I said, you got those parachutes off you. You have your equipment as you usually would. You have your shield.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm a protection fighter, and I'm like, I should be protecting.
Especially
Getting a
with
real
this-
protection vibe.
Especially with this little standoff that just happened. Whatever weapons you wanted to pull out, you certainly did. So you're ready to
Okay.
go. Let me just get ready here.
Did Knights take
Oh,
any
man,
damage through that fall or landing?
No, actually.
Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
then.
I wanted to. I saw this and forgot to mention. Through that little massage that Onion gave you, you get temp HP for this, and that is
Oh.
3 plus my Wisdom modifier, which is 2. So you get 5 temporary HP, and for the next 8 hours, you get advantage on Strength and Constitution checks. So, yeah. And Onion's still riding your back.
Yeah, please, this is fun. You're staying there, all right? We're gonna have a Ratatouille situation. Try to steer me around.
Okay, so Tudrig, what's your initiative?
Tudrig is 13.
Perfect. Nice.
19?
Onion.
15.
Kagu.
16. Weird.
Callow.
5. Not great. Yeah.
It's us just
I mean, he's
throwing our
probably
bodies
just
in
like
front
looking
of you.
and he's like, oh, this is strange.
Just getting ragdolled by this gargantuan-sized robot that is charging you.
Well, it's huge size.
You're just
sorry,
like
but
taking notes as
only
it's
huge.
running towards you.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
mostly just like,
interesting.
this is very interesting. I've never seen it attack.
Man, I'm not used to not having some combat music blasting right now. But I mean, hey, for those watching this, epic music. Ah, yes. Oh, listen to this. Perfectly matched.
I love this song.
Yeah,
So
I love like
scary.
I love
song
like
of
the
death.
notes of techno in there, like real cool.
Yeah, and the death metal is also there and good. And the freestyle rapping, a really interesting combo.
All right, and with that, by the way, Kahlo, you would recognize this as a Eradicator unit, which is one of the peak combat units of Four-Claimer Tech.
Ooh.
However, like you said, it's not in very good shape.
Yeah.
So, this thing is charging.
There's a high likely we are going to die. He does say that to everyone. There is a high likely chance we will die.
Really?
Oh no.
And
like
encouraged by those words, nice, you go first.
I do. Okay, so if I'm not already within 5 feet of Kahlo, I'd like to move within 5 feet. Oh boy, how far away is the Eradicator unit?
Yeah, the Eradicator, I will say at this point it's maybe 20 feet away. Like, it's coming at you
Okay,
fast.
that's the name of a tutorial boss for
like,
sure.
The pain train is coming.
Okay. The thing is, so I don't have anything that's ranged, and I really want to stay close to everyone since that's like kind of my skill. So can I just...
You want to hold it?
Hold on. Kagu just gave me an idea. Can we just pick Kahlo up and throw him? No.
That is not what I meant.
Sacrifice him!
I was like, a rock. Rocks are this size, not people.
Just sacrifice your first party member.
Kahlo would agree though. He would be like, no, this totally makes sense.
Kahlo away. I meant in the other term.
Hey.
Y'all, this absolute litmus test for psychopathy amongst y'all, I swear.
Stealing
I am
babies, sacrificing.
killing baby. Okay. I am just going to take out my warhammer that's just flavored as a sledgehammer, and I'm just going to hold my action.
Okay, so you're waiting for it to come closer?
Yeah, I'm just sort of like getting real ready for this.
It's its turn now, and it's about to become very close. So,
Oh, come on.
so go for it.
That's okay.
Like, I guess, I don't know how much distance-wise you want to wait, but I'll say it's 5 feet from Kahlo right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
So
then
you can do your
am
thing, and then it's gonna...
I'm gonna do my favorite attack in the world. I am going to hit it with a goddamn hammer. So...
Not a regular hammer, but a goddamn hammer.
a cursed hammer. Okay, let me find what my actual numbers are on this. Oh god. Okay, that is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, thank God.
Better.
I was waiting for a just misses.
Okay, so I heft my hammer up, and I do that cool thing where I sort of flip it around my hand once. I pull it out, flip it, and then just slam it down. I don't know if I slam it into this thing's knee or shin. I don't know how big it is. Probably
head.
Probably head. Okay, cool. Just bonk it right on the noggin.
It's maw open, charging like that. So
okay, right in the teeth. I only do 6 damage. So.
What a little toothache.
Yeah.
You chip a tooth.
Yes, and then I will take my second attack, and I'll just hit it again. Just bunk, bunk. Just take out 2 of the incisors. And that is 12? Does that hit?
No, that does not.
Right.
You hit the tooth and you just bounce off it.
Oh, hit myself in the face. Okay.
Yeah. Probably because it's, in the middle of a charge and you're trying to go So the timing may be a little bit off. As this thing slams into Kahlo, full force. Now, with its trampling charge. Okay, so Kahlo and Nice, do a dex save, please. Also, anybody who might be directly beside Kahlo.
Oh, that's me, because we came down together.
This is not an attack roll that it's making, right?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Well, I got
going to-
6.
I'm going to use my feat of mounted combat to have it target my mount, and then my reaction to grant my mount advantage on dex saving throws from my druid subclass.
Nice.
Nice.
Efficiency. I read my rules.
Okay.
So, Callum, what did you get?
Kahlo got a dirty 20.
Okay, you save. Nice.
Nice is a giant stone boy. He got a 6.
Not nice.
Not nice.
So that means Onion would fail too then.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Oh no!
Are we the only ones? Are Turdwig and Nibble the only ones who are not standing directly next to Callow at this
I
point?
think so.
Oh no, this isn't
Just
good.
taking a moment to talk to your boy, and behind you just.
Basically, okay, son, we're about to get
You just
into a
like you're
life
just
or
sitting
death
there
battle.
like now. The term is the birds and the bees, son, and what it is. It's like, why are you doing this now?
Kago, what'd you get?
18.
Okay, you save. And Onion, are you gonna try to? You can still try to like jump off.
Oh, I
do.
mean,
You
sure. Was it a deck save?
Deck save.
25.
Okay, perfect.
Jesus.
So, yeah, okay. Just anybody who got below a 17 is pushed back 5 feet, and this version is missing its trampling damage. So I'm just gonna add it back in real quick.
Did anybody get hit? Or
I did.
I think
oh,
someone
you
got.
did. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice
I got
hit.
trampled.
For 7 points of blunt damage, or bludgeoning. Sorry, and then of course, Callow, it is going to bite you.
Sorry, you said 7 points for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How? 11?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm wait,
embarrassed.
Is this an attack roll?
This was an
No.
attack, and a very embarrassing one at that.
Well, I can protect you.
Okay. So what happens
there's a
is
disadvantage.
I guess it charges at you, and perhaps the hammer hit kind of knocked it off course a little bit, and it just tramples you a little bit, but goes past you.
Yeah.
Then it does a 90-degree turn to look at you and fires 2 spine missiles off its back.
Didn't know those were an option. Okay.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh, I guess I should have mentioned the spine missiles. Oh, well.
We didn't have a ton of time to connect. That's okay. We'll get it in post. We'll do a quick follow-up.
If I survive, I'll give you all a lowdown and give you proper.
21 to hit Callow, and 13 to hit Dice.
he's squishy.
13 to hit. That actually didn't hit.
Wow, this thing is doing pathetically. But okay, Callum does get hit.
Oof.
With
Stop rolling.
But that was within a disadvantage on the attack roll because I'm protecting.
oh,
Yeah, I got my shield up.
it still hits. Okay, so
Well,
you still take that 13 points of damage, Callum.
Callow? You mean Callow?
Callow. Is it Callow or Callum?
It's Callow, like Callow.
Yeah, Callow and then Mari, right? Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I keep messing it up.
Can there also just be a person named Callum in the party, just chilling?
Yeah, he's just in the
Show up.
back.
Just in the back.
Wait,
It's the other gnomes. The other gnomes is like, ah ha ha ha. Callum, like.
Death.
That rascally Callum.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
said how much damage? Sorry.
I think I said 13 points of
13. Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. 13.
Yeah. Yeah, which was piercing damage. Okay, and that is its turn, so we're going to move over to Kagu.
Does it have any weaknesses?
Yeah, there's a gem on it. If you can get the large purple gem out of it or destroy it, it will die.
Can we see the purple gem, Felix?
It's 2 eyes.
It's two eyes.
Of them.
Ooh, great. That's
And it is looking at you, so you can see the eyes.
deal. I'm going to 3rd level cast heat metal on its head, and basically trying to melt as much of the metal around like its eyes as possible to either like basically magma the gems or like block off the eyes or whatever I can to do so.
Yeah. Does heat metal go that hot? Let's see.
It's hot. It's hot enough to kill someone. Like a
know what?
like
It glows
does
red hot.
2d8.
So-
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. On your first turn doing this now, it glows red hot. You heat that metal, and it is so
Yeah.
bright that you're actually jamming its sensors. It is now blind.
Dope.
If you hold this for one more turn, it's going to start melting.
Cool. So since is it technically wearing its head? Like, does it make a con save, or should I just roll the damage? You tell me.
That's a great question. but it is made
gave
of
me a
metal.
metal
How is
thing.
it? What's it gonna really do about someone heating it? So no, go for it.
Hell yeah. That is. Oh, that is hard. 16 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And then it would have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks anyways until the start of my next turn.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna move like 60 feet away because I don't want to be near this thing, and it tramples. And these people are bad luck.
Literally, my background is incredibly bad luck that I think infects other people. So,
Are you doing anything with your pet?
Double moving. Actually,
Okay. All
they
right.
got the zoomies because they are smarter than I am.
Okay. Well, with that, we're moving on to Onion.
Oh boy. So it's blinded, yeah?
Well, its face is glowing like red hot metal, and it's kind of. It's not freaking out, but it's certainly like. It's
Okay. Onion is probably gonna be like, I'm gonna be a hero! And runs up to it and starts like unarmed striking it in the little monk boy. So that'll be a 19 plus 7, 26 to hit on the first one.
yeah, just barely.
And a 11 plus 7, so 18 to hit on the second hit.
That actually still hits.
Oh, yes, let's go. Okay, so first attack will deal 5 points of damage. And
What kind of damage is that?
Oh, that's a good question. Bludgeoning.
Okay.
But it is, I think I'm at the level where it's magical. That helps anything.
That does help. It'll bypass
uh,
its resistances.
So we'll do that. And then I would like to use a key point to stunning strike it. So if I could have these, a con save 13.
God, it has a +4 to con. It's still only got a 6.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry. I should read out my dice roll. Sorry. So I rolled a 2.
So is it stunned? Like, Onion knows he can stun things, but I don't think he knows if he can stun machines.
You know what happens? It's already blinded, but it had kind of an idea of where you guys were. But you punched it or stunned it so hard that essentially you kind of turned it around and it's now disoriented. So now it doesn't know where you guys are.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, so for that second hit that did make was another 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Bonus action, we will flurry of blows. So I'm just going to use all points right now. I'm just going to dump everything.
Go for it.
So
Pummel this thing.
if he is stunned, we do get advantage on the fact that he's stunned. So that is a natural 20 on the first hit.
Oh, roll again.
Let's go.
Roll again. To confirm that 20.
No, that's only a 13 plus 7. So
Okay, no,
30
it's fine. Still a crit.
Yeah, so crit it. How do you do crits, Felix? Do you double the dice? Do you double the damage?
I doubled the final amount. So just roll your usual at ×2 or 3, whatever you got.
Sounds good. Okay, so that was the extra reroll of the d20 was to see if the crit did more, correct?
Yeah, I was seeing if it was a triple crit or a double crit.
So we will. So this will be the second attack of the flurry of blows, and that is a 19 plus 7, so 26.
Oh, damn. Yeah, go for it. Roll all your damage.
All right, so that is 8 on the first one, and that is 10 on the second one. So 8 doubled 16 on the first crit hit, and then 10 on the second one. And you just see little Onion just kind of like, just like not very technique wise. It's just like he's just little tabaxi weaver boy just pummeling the shin of this gargantuan like creature that somehow stunned it, and it is stunned to the end of my next turn.
Not only that, you run up to like one of its legs, and basically this heavily like reinforced armor plated creature, you just start tearing the armor plates off, and you've basically that leg is now like limp. It can't properly use it anymore because you're just tearing it apart with all that damage you just did to it.
I'm a monster.
Jesus. Okay, so that was Onion. Oh, and I will say, with all that damage you did, while it is disoriented, it is certainly now like looking towards its leg to where you were just attacking it, because it doesn't like whatever's hurting it. Tadrig, it's your turn.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna pick up the boy here and pop him in the baby Bjorn, and say, "Now watch here while Dad goes to work." And then I'm gonna. I heard Callow say that the eyes are the target. We got to get the eyes out of there. It looks like maybe they're starting to get a little looser because of all the hot metal. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out my big ladle for the big jars of soup, or the big bowls of soup. And I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna make some attacks. I'm gonna use this as I'm going to make an attack. This is basically a reskinned scimitar in this case, and I'm going to attempt to scoop out the eyes. And if possible, I also can stick to any surface since I'm a weaver. So if possible, if it makes it easier, I would like to just run up the side of the robot and try and scoop out the eyes from like its back to get a little bit closer.
Usually really cool idea. Red hot metal. Metal.
Is the whole thing hot or just the head? Because I thought just
its
the head.
head. Its head, where its eyes is. So
yeah,
I don't know
I was
if you could
hoping
reach
to like
it.
stand on its shoulder and then reach up with the ladle and scoop out the eyes.
You know what? It did just turn around to look, so yeah, why not? Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Then I will make an attack, and it's stunned, so I have advantage with this attack. So let's see.
Oh, yes,
it's a
you
natural
do.
20. Let's see if we get another natural. See if we get a, we did not. Second one was a 2. And I'm also going to bonus action Hunter's Mark this thing. So that's going to be 2d6s.
Poor little creature.
That's
Little.
Excuse me.
yeah, it's pretty big. It's going to be 8, so that's 16.
my
I'm
baby.
also going to throw on what is the name? Ice strikes. I am going to throw on an extra D4 of ice damage to this. To try and create a little frozen barrier underneath the crystal to pop that out. It's another 2 points of damage. So that's 18 plus 4 is 20 damage with the first attack. How is
22.
it? Do I manage to pry out the first of the crystals, or should I keep squeezing?
I mean, that's 2 tied. So yeah, I'd say one of them is gone.
Okay, there's one. Let's go for the other. And I'm gonna make another attack with advantage. That's gonna be a 22 at least. Okay, 22 is what we get.
Okay, still hits.
That's going to be another 15 damage in total.
Hot damn.
Real hot.
Literally.
Yeah.
I knew I should have put you guys
Dingo,
up
you
against-
get me.
You know, I was thinking about it. I was like, I should probably put you guys up against 2 of them, but this is what I get.
Oh, I don't know. No.
Okay, Callum.
Okay.
So this thing is half blind now.
But wait, did both of the gems come out?
One did.
One did.
The other one's
One
damaged.
did.
So I just part of the way out and say,
Yep.
Need a little more elbow grease there.
Yeah.
I'm like jumping on the edge of the ladle.
Yeah.
All of my spells I was thinking of doing, like, unfortunately would cause a lot of damage to you guys too. So I think Callow's kind of like looking at all his options, going like,
I'm 100 feet away.
"You're fine."
I'm not.
Yeah,
Think of
and
the
you are
boy.
gem.
Don't mind me.
and
Think of the boy.
I think.
Well, and you're a big gem, and he was planning to cast Shatter on the big gem, but then he's like,
I
you know what he's gonna do?
know
He's
if we
gonna
should
go
do that.
and I mean, he's gonna pick up the soul gem that just fell.
Oh.
So, he's gonna grab that, and he is more or less at the moment just watching. So, sorry, but that's just the way he would go. He'd be like, "I'm just going to actually, you know what? He has an ability. I'm going to think about what he would do, where he's like scared. Well, he wouldn't be scared, but he's gonna camouflage because he's just like, this thing's looking for me. I'm just gonna." Go into the jungle.
Homer Simpson style.
Yeah,
just
he
into the
literally
hedge.
does that. Just in. Yeah, and that's what I do. I have advantage on hide, or not hide. It's stealth at 5e. Yeah. So
I'm just honest. I mean, roll for it, but unless it's a 1, you're good.
okay. Well, let's see. Okay, well, I got a 4 on the die, and but the second roll, the advantage had 11 on the die, so it's okay.
Yeah. There's so much crap happening to this thing. You are completely hidden. No way it's gonna pick you up right now. Okay, which brings us back to Nice. You are the last person to go before this thing gets its next turn.
Yes. So, how? I'm still trying to figure out height. Would I be able to just drop my hammer and try to just like pry out his other eye? Because if he's metal and I'm made out of stone, like, is he too tall?
It's okay,
I
no,
would-
it's
like, I'd be able
you
to
could reach. You can reach.
Okay.
You're damn tall. I guess make just like a melee attack first of all, to touch the eradicator, and then we'll see if you can pull it out.
Just like an unarmed strike
Yeah, do an
sort
arm
of thing. Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, yeah, you do it. And give me, you know what? You and Tudrig, give me athletics, because you're both working on that thing.
Hell yeah! I have a +6 to athletics.
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Tudrig, I guess for style
That's a
points.
natural 20. So that's
Oh my god!
That's a 24 athletics.
This is a spicy encounter. Okay, with the power of friendship and teamwork, you pull out that crystal.
And the power of Midwesterners working together. You know, neighbors helping neighbors.
We'll make it a hot dish tonight.
So you just like push down on the ladle and just like a crack opens and I just like, oh, let me just get that there.
Oh,
And then
there you
just,
go,
like-
neighbor. oh, watch it.
Uppa.
Okay,
I
and
rip it out.
so with that, yeah, you rip it out, and you can see this kind of purple, these purple lines that were glowing throughout this creature. They're kind of receding a little bit as it seems to power down. But they kind of also like, they go in waves. They recede and they kind of start doing this throughout its body. And
I have a question. Sorry,
Yes.
Kahlo, do you have any like colors in your lines right now? I don't remember. if you
Yeah,
said that.
he's got golden lines all
gold.
throughout.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got
Sorry, I just
gold.
wanted-
yeah, this thing is
thanks.
purple.
Thanks.
Yeah, so you see these lines moving through it, and the pattern starts getting progressively faster.
Should we go? I think. Do we need to run? This feels.
Onion's still
roll?
punching it.
Can I remember? Can I know?
Callow,
Pick
you can
onion.
absolutely
cheering on
remember. Callow, you can absolutely remember the fact that these things will explode to try to take whatever they were hunting down.
All right.
Kagu's
baby.
fine. Kagu's
Yeah,
like
yeah, you're
in
fine.
state
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Kahlo just like comes out of the camouflage and goes, I also forgot to mention that it does explode.
I'm a
And-
monster.
I am going to pick Onion up, just like Tabaxi style, just like by the nape of your neck. Just like we gotta go.
All right, so whoever's close to that bad boy, dexterity saves.
Oh boy.
Oh, we don't get. Oh no.
Oh, now I'm ready to go.
We don't have like a time.
There's not.
Oh, you already spent your time admiring the lines. It's
good to be
technically
me.
instant. I just like to foreshadow. a
Oh,
little bit.
okay.
25.
me.
That's a Dex. I got a 17.
Okay, you save.
Thought I had a. I thought I had a plus to something, but maybe I don't.
I have. Can I? I can't use my shield on this, can I?
Deck save. That's a dirty 20 for the deck save.
Oh,
Nice. Okay. What about your boy?
He. Let me see. I thought he had advantage on something. There's cold cover.
Is he in the Bjorn? Or
He is in the Bjorn, so I was thinking he would use mine.
Okay,
But I
no, that's
are
fine.
you wearing
Never mind.
it?
You can
is
use
it
yours.
a front Bjorn or a back Bjorn?
It's a
Because that
back
feels like
Bjorn.
it's a. Okay.
Yay.
For the sake of this explosion.
it was supposed to. It's supposed to be a back Bjorn, so he can see everything, but
It's
not
supposed
be.
to be on the front, but you just like turned it to the back like a fanny pack going into fight mode.
Yeah.
You're going back
It's
to
Dad
very
mode.
awkward. He's like craning over his own shoulder, trying to see the action.
Yeah. And Onion.
25.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I think Kago was already out of range, right? So
Yeah, I'm 100 feet, but I'll roll if you really want me to.
Kago just like
Just admiring it. Just,
I was like,
you're like,
this is pack tactics. You hit, and then you let the rest of the herd do the work.
yeah. Okay. Okay, let me roll up some damage because you don't take half of it because damn, you guys are saving.
well, no, I don't think I did.
What'd you get?
I got.
Sorry, I had 17 in my head for you.
No, I hadn't said it yet.
Oh, sorry.
So I got 12.
Oh, so you fail. Okay.
Yeah, I failed. But I mean, to be honest, this is his problem. So, and he kind of forgot. So he's just like, right.
What? So, yeah. As this thing is glowing and initiating its self-destruct with its final robot breath, I guess it just says.
Like, die.
And with that, you take 36 points of damage, of which 18 is fire and 18 is thunder. And everybody else who's saved, except Kagu, and except the nat 20, take 18 points total.
ooh.
And that was on a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
I have something I can do about that. Hold on.
The barbarian danger sense.
No, I think it's a Mosnian race thing. No,
ability.
sorry, it's my shield master feat. If you're subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw.
Okay.
Can I do that here? I haven't done a shield feat before, so I don't know if... Does
Look,
that
read it
count
one
as a
more time.
reaction? If you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can use your reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw.
That's exactly that. Yeah. So you're fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No problem.
I'm saved.
Okay.
My boy is resistant to fire as well. So what would that be for him? Because I think he would resist half of the damage, even further. Would that take
Isn't
it
he
down to? Say
Is he
again.
resistant to fire or vulnerable to fire?
On the page it says damage resistance is fire, and then damage immunity is cold.
Okay. No, fair enough.
I was surprised as well, but it does say resistance.
It's like, turn him into a water cryodon. All right. Okay.
I will say also, because he's like behind you, essentially, your body shielding him, I will say that damage is once again cut in half, so he only takes, which would be 9 points of thunder damage and nothing else.
All right, cool, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, end of the encounter. With that, with a sudden explosion, it levels a bunch of trees within 300 feet. You just have like a nice circle of downed and or charred
Hey,
vegetation.
Kagu, you still good?
Yeah.
Kagu like got his fur kind of messed up from the explosion, but otherwise no damage. And
Gross.
the jungle falls silent. You know that you have to get to a village nearby, and based on your falling trajectory, you know that it's roughly towards the east. What do you guys do?
Well, first things first, I think everybody got, well, not everybody, but a few of us got banged up a little bit there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out a nice flask of soup, and I'm going to open it and add a few more herbs and spices, and poof, I cast Healing Spirit, and a big drop of soup just floating in the air. Whoever wants to can walk through it for 1 minute, take a good swig, and you get yourself some health back.
Is it like a gerbil thing where we just like lick? Just like
Yeah, or you could just get your whole head in there if you want.
Kello just goes straight in.
Oh my
you don't even open your mouth to consume. You're just like, I will get it through osmosis.
Yeah, I will get it through the pores of my skin.
So Onion is still like being held by the nape of the neck by Nice. Even though Nice had the shield, I imagine that your arm, Nice's arm, was still extended out past the shield. So little Onion is like singed and everything, and is like kind of shakes down for you to let go of his grip, and then just kind of crawls up the back of Callow's back and just kind of like sits on your head and just like enjoying the osmosis as well and extending the arms.
I can heal up to 1 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so I believe that is, in this case, up to 4 times. So I'll use 2 for Callow, 1 for Nice, and 1 for Onion. Does that work for you all?
I only took 2 damage in that entire thing because
Right.
Onion had already given me HP. So like, if someone else needs it more, I almost think Tudrig or Callow,
Okay.
even you took.
I can heal too.
Callow, do you want to take 3 then? 3d6?
Yeah, sure. Because he got quite hurt.
Okay, so that's going to be 14 HP to you,
Nice.
and then that's going to be 6 HP to Onion.
Oh, heck yeah.
Thank you.
Man, I
You
didn't
just hear
even get
loud
to use the tooth
slurping.
missiles yet.
No tooth missiles for
Oh
you.
no!
Don't love that.
Callow's gonna turn to everybody, and he does do a little bow, and he says, "I have heard that you must say thank you, so thank you. Also, I have heard that manners here are. I am sorry that happened because of being a foreclaimer. However, we did survive." And we did gain these. And he does move the odd purple crystal up. And
What is it?
Which I'm assuming he would have grabbed the other one too. Because he knows these crystals. And he knows how important they are. So he has both of them. And he says these are valuable.
As a fellow stone person, would I also be able to identify them as valuable? I can just ask Callow too. I'm just curious.
I mean, you would guess they're valuable, but it's not any mineral you've ever seen before.
Got it. Okay. Could I just look at one of those real quick? Just know, finders keepers, and I'm a loser and I'm weeping over here, so I won't take it from you. But could I just I just want to look at one. I don't know, just investigate it.
Yeah, be careful. Do
anything-
not shatter.
Sure,
it.
you
Okay.
What
It's
is it?
valuable to our deaths.
Okay, then there. Does it feel like? Can I feel any power coming off of this crystal, or does it just feel like a stone to me?
I guess you're pretty sensitive to the matters of stones and crystals and stuff. So you would, since you have such a sensitive connection with this thing, you can feel that ever so slight pull as it slowly drains your soul out of your body.
Okay, here you go then, bud. Okay, all right, thank you. Learned everything I needed to. That you're good. Are you good holding those? Should we find a leaf to wrap them up in? You're fine. That's not hurting you none.
Yeah, it will be fine. I have more than enough energy to maintain myself and keep the pole away from me. And then he puts it into his bag. He has a
Nice.
side bag. Two of them. He
Nice.
does put a cloth in between so they don't crack up against each other, but he's careful with them.
Is Callow going to explain the effects of them?
Unless somebody asks, that's the thing. Is Callow's he's
Yeah.
not gonna talk unless you
So-
ask.
Yeah,
no, hey, what
tapping
are
your
those bad
shoulder
boys? Yeah.
on Callow's, as sees the reaction that Nice had to the rocks, and how gingerly Callow puts them in their bag. Onion is still on your shoulders, like, so what'd I do?
They take your soul when you die.
And
Ooh.
that's good, bad.
It's a
good,
power
bad.
source.
Like a battery.
Who's in there?
I do not know. I have not been in
Oh.
there. I do not know how to get in there.
We can go in there?
With
Maybe.
proper technology and perhaps magic, but I do not have it. So, unfortunately, these souls will be at use if we find something to use it with.
Do you think those Brushwick people sent that thing to kill us?
No. Because they cannot operate such a machine.
Because they're stupid.
Why,
I'm not
why
gonna
did
do it because I don't want to ruin Felix's game. But depending on what happens with those stones, I might do some druid shit later.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy, I was wondering why was that their creature so dead set on ending your life there, Callow?
I am still wondering about that as well, but by what I have gathered...
Yeah, you would know.
Oh, I would know?
Yeah,
Okay.
you would know. I mean, you know Foreclaimer history.
I guess he would have been here long enough for it, because he essentially teleported from old...
You would have
Foreclaimer.
learned what happened. You know what.
Okay,
this
so
thing is
yeah,
programmed
he's
to do.
definitely like the Foreclaimers, how you say, dunked up, and did well. They messed with forces they shouldn't have, and in doing so, had
Demons.
influenced.
Dave. They messed with Dave there, huh?
Yeah.
Dave the demon.
There's a lot of Dave behavior I'm hearing about right now.
It wasn't particularly named Dave, but it was known as a god of almost destruction to us, and
Close
that
enough,
god.
really.
I turned ring. Sounds like Dave to me.
Yeah, might as well.
And this god has influenced these mechanical creatures that we, the Four Claimers, created, has taken them over to exterminate us. So that, unfortunately, is a hazard for me.
You built weapons and then a god took them and turned them against you?
Yes.
Oh, never heard of that happening before.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Does it?
What?
Yeah, humans and elves and flesh people do dumb stuff all the time.
Not stone
why they
people
get-
though. We're just vibing. We're just hanging out. You know, we're not. We don't do dumb stuff. And I look at my arm that has clearly been shattered and then repaired with gold, and I just kind of like pretend to scratch my back.
Couple pebbles fall off.
Can I? Hey, quick question there for you. So I noticed that you got this like real nice gold thing going on. I do too. You know, two peas in a pod here. But the crystals in this big bad boy were purple. Is that sort of like a sign that we can tell if something's sort of taken over by this bad god, or is that? What's the colors mean? I don't know. Or would I already know this? I don't think I would.
You would not know this.
I don't know this. So is
Callum
purple
knows it.
like no
Yeah.
good or?
Well, the purple usually indicates that it is a soul gem power source, as my gold is a power crystal source of energy. And he kind of lifts up his shirt, and you can clearly see there is a gem directly, like, above his navel area.
Can I do an investigation check to see how many abs he has, just out of curiosity?
He probably has a lot.
You would see that he's shredded.
That's packing
Okay,
some
well, I
extra,
only-
some extra
Only rolled a
abs
10
there.
on that, so.
Yeah, it's funny because he's
You roll when it's unsure. You know Callow's shredded.
yeah, you know he's shredded.
That's
Which
true.
is funny because he doesn't seem like he would be strong, but as soon as he wears long clothes, so you don't really notice. But yeah, he's shredded.
You lift up your shirt and show your abs, and Nice just like
Yeah.
does that thing where it's like a dad bod sucking it in at the beach, just like.
So fast.
Yeah.
Onion takes
But-
a couple spoons and just kind of like does the marimbas on your abs. Yeah.
Should we get going to the old village there? Not to rush anybody. It seems real scary out here, and I was wondering if it's better to get to civilization before anything else sort of encroaches upon our bodies again and trying to do
Yeah.
us harm.
The amount of time of us spending out here just raises our
Yeah.
ability to die out here faster. So a lot more.
Nice, who is now very insecure about my muscles compared to yours, is like, so are we going to the village? Just right over. Is it over there? Or sorry, were we going maybe like? Is it in that direction or that one?
What
Kinda
are
where
you doing?
Which of these directions are we going?
What do you do? What?
I think this one is compromised. We should.
Can I roll like a survival check or something to help guide us to the village?
You would know where it is.
Oh, okay.
It's to the
Okay,
east.
we'll head there.
Okay.
I assume at
Do you have
least
a map?
one person would pack some kind of compass.
I definitely know Callow would
guys-
know, like, have a map of the Bellowing Wilds on him.
You guys are level 7, so I kind of assume you have basic survival skills. So
That's been really.
For trying.
you didn't go
Jealous of you.
till grade 7 in adventuring school or something like that.
Because I'm tankiest. I'll go first. I'll have my shield out, and we can just like
Sure.
head there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And I guess
that.
I'll explain briefly also out of character. So yeah, there's two types of Four Claimer gems. There is the power crystals, which are the golden ones, and the soul crystals, which are the purple ones. One of them, like the solar ones, they're just powered by the sun. So they're like solar panels in your body, and they maintain their bodies artificially to perfection. So Four Claimer is always shredded, always perfect, quote looking, but it's
Always
all
best.
artificial. And when they take the crystal out, they look like garbage. And then the soul crystals, they absorb whatever dies nearby, which is why these automatons can power themselves forever. If they get low on power, they just kill a bit more. So
That's
There you go.
sick.
Spicy.
It's like eating. I
Yo,
get
made
it.
such a cool world. Ah.
yeah. God, I've so much more to talk about, but I'm not gonna.
Let's get going.
Okay, you guys get started heading towards the east, which is where you know the village of Brushwick awaits you.
And there is where we will leave you with our first episode of this 4-part miniseries called Foraged Fools into the Bellowing Wilds. Tune in next week to find out what's going to happen to our incredibly cursed cast. I'll see y'all there. Bye!